Alrighty, how we doing? It is almost yeah, it is after 11 now, so it's a Saturday night. Surely we got a few people still up and out. Wife was supposed to come in here with me tonight, but got a little too late for her. So, hey, cable guy, how we doing, bud? Hopefully all's well for you, sir. Cats are chasing each other around the house. Hunting and stuff. How we doing, bud? Quentin, what's up, man? Quentin, if I remember right, you said you're not able to make it to nationals. Was that right? Is that correct? Flintlock, Don, how we doing? Man, we got a few guys up here late. I'm doing good, hunting stuff. Making a trip over to Sleepy Creek Tannery tomorrow, so that's always fun. Taking some more fur to make the wife's bears. So, Jacob, how you doing, bud? Okay, that's what I thought, Quentin. I wasn't sure if I had a vice versa. Ooh, hopefully it's nothing major, buddy. Ruger, what's up, boss? Jeff Hale, Ty, what's up? I'm getting by, fellas. Uh, Hard to believe we're 4 weeks away from nationals right now. Like, man, it sneaks up on us so fast, so fast. Some point I'm gonna have to kind of get my demo plan together. James, how we doing? No, Quentin. I've got I think 3 greens and like 11 orange cutoffs. So uh, normally I'm in the orange, but caught me in green today. Oh, cable guy, that does not sound good, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Mm. Yeah, Quentin. That's like the only way people recognize me. I think is the shirt is recognizable. Like I know that shirt. Yeah, Don, he's doing really well. They already moved him up to soft shoes, which initially it was 4 weeks where he couldn't shoot anything. And after day 10, his appointment yesterday, they said he can shoe soft stuff. So, which is crazy going from 28 days to 10 days. It's okay. But yeah, he's doing really well. Um, Still in quite a bit of pain as he gets more feeling back. It gets worse, but overall, he's doing great. I mean, he handled the surgery well. He's recovering well. Doing great. Hey, bearded, how we doing, boss? Yeah, cable guy. I hope so, man. That's terrible. Yeah, that's the thing, Quentin. The younger you are, the better you heal. My dad always told me that. Um, as we get older, or when we're young, we think we're invincible, right? And I was probably one of the people that's the most guilty of that, thinking I'm young. I'm always going to be flexible. I can always jump off these roofs when I'm done roofing. Just jump off it. I'll be fine. And I was always told, you're going to regret that. You're going to regret that. I'm like, I'll be fine. And now, even at 36, I'm like, oh man, starting to feel a few things that weren't there a few years ago. So, uh, yeah, it's definitely got to take care of yourself. But yeah, they just heal so much faster, than when you get older. It's just crazy. No, honest stuff. They did not. They did not. Yeah, Don, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Glenn, thank you guys. I appreciate it, cable guy. Yeah, it's pretty stressful kind of stressful surgery. Our appointment was supposed to be like he went into surgery at 10:30, which surgery would start at like 11 something. But he didn't get in there until 2:30, 3 o'clock. He came out at like 7:30 at night, so it's a long night. Wow, Quentin, that's crazy. I could see that though. I could see that though. I really could. Hey, Mike, how we doing? I'll bet you are, sir. Hopefully, it was a good trip though. Bearded, yeah. No, tell Mama I get it. Yeah. I mean, even at 36 now, I legitimately have to stretch most mornings. So, uh, yeah, it hurts. Yeah, James, exactly. Like I've always had great eyes. Like my eyes have always been almost perfect. Um, but now I'm starting to think like, man, maybe it's not as great as it was. I'm starting to not necessarily struggle to read things, but just like I could have swore I could have read that sign from this spot 5 years ago, and I don't know. No, on to Florida. Okay, that'll be fun. Quentin, yeah, I get it. Hunting and stuff. That was his biggest thing. Was not necessarily the pain pills, but he was given amoxicillin for just antibiotic, and that did not set well with him. Um, it felt pretty bad. He was actually like I think it was day 2 or day 3. He was throwing up um, after surgery, which is very scary. One, he can't feel anything, so there's like a choking hazard. Two, all that pressure and that stomach acid on fresh wounds. It was pretty scary. Next gen, what's up, my man? Yeah, cable guy. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I can feel it. And next gen, it looks like the roads are going to be good to go by the time we head to Sioux Falls. I didn't know if we're gonna have to detour when we hit up there. David Hamilton, how we doing, sir? Ah, cool, Mike. Next gen was just there. Caught his first. Actually, never mind. Maybe I shouldn't say it. Maybe he's got a video on it that I don't know about coming out. I'll keep my mouth shut then. It's kind of hard to do with your friends that are in YouTube because you don't like you share stuff, but then you don't realize like you don't want to spoil anything for what they have coming. I'll tell you what, next gen, I am so happy that my demo is the first one of the weekend, so I can get done and out of the way and just chill the rest of the weekend. Because that I do not like waiting. That makes me nervous. That's very stressful. Yeah, bearded. I bet you are, man. I bet you are. That's 4 weeks away, bud. I might be up there on Tuesday. Well, not necessarily there, but I might take a day detour to check on a few things for a potential trip that I want to do. But it's like 4 hours out of the way. So we'll see what happens. Ah, nice, Mike. Nice. Yeah, I'm headed to Sleepy Creek tomorrow, so we got a more bear furs to make. She's been blowing through fur like crazy. Pretty soon, I'm just gonna have to donate my entire catch to her the way she's going through this stuff. Yeah, Quentin, I want to say that, but man, it my heart takes me to trapping. I used to be big into bow hunting. I used to be decent amount into duck hunting, huge into pheasant hunting, and once I got into trapping, I could not do them all. So it kind of took over for me. Oh, you're driving up Monday? Okay. Was it bearded? I might be wrong. But was it you and the family that was going to Mount Rushmore first and headed back? I'm trying to think who I just talked to. It might have been you. Yeah, Mike, it's gonna be a good time. Oh, there you go, James. Nice. Oh yeah, Quentin. Yeah, it's crazy. Bearded, that's the problem. Okay, it was you guys. Okay. I thought it was, but I didn't want to say it for sure. Uh no, that's the problem. Like, man, she's which is great. She's going through bears and she's selling them and she's doing well. But it's like, man, I could be selling these furs and making money. I'm just donating them to her cause. Oh yeah, Quentin. There you go, buddy. Ah, nice, Mike. Nice. Is that pretty hard to do down there? Is to get a deer tag? Or are you going out of state somewhere to do it? Or is it a secret that I don't need to share on here? No, no, bearded. We're good, buddy. We are good. I just the furs getting they're going tomorrow, which I'll be picking some up from here pretty soon too. But it's like I keep rotating batches. Like every 2 months, I'm bringing them 50 or 60 furs. It seems like. Uh, but no, I got some in this batch that she is not going to get her hands on. They are strictly wall hanging furs, and she will have to understand that. Okay, Mike. James, just you know, work it. Figure out a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Chris Carpenter got in trapping down South Louisiana. Now you got to figure out how to do it in Missouri. Okay, okay, Chris. Um, let's talk about this a little bit. Are you in crop country? Do you have a lot of cornfields, a lot of timber? What part of the state are you in? Hot and stuff. It's tough right now. I think she's getting a big kick out of the red fox and possum combo. That's kind of a big one for her. But we've also figured out she's doing a well. Actually, I can show you. It's out here. This is a full raccoon bear, but we actually shaved the fur on the feet and the muzzle and the. She didn't do the inside ears, but the feet and the muzzle, she actually just sheared the raccoon fur down. So if we can figure out a way to do that, raccoon fur to get into tan is a lot better, especially in quantity than otter, which was a big combo that we've been doing is a lot of raccoon and otter. So doesn't look quite like otter, but um, definitely soft. So she's gonna have a booth at the Iowa convention, so that's pretty cool. I appreciate it, bearded, but I think we're gonna be good on beaver. I know, cable guy, right? DeSoto Mountain Country. Okay, that'd be tough. I don't know much about that part. Come on, Dixie. Let's get you out of here. You're just gonna trump around the whole time. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping some of the simpler ones, not simpler, but fur that I have access to do well. Um, Possum, raccoon, skunk, I can get them like crazy, but Fox. The fox bears take a little bit, so we're gonna have to buy some fox. Uh, I wasn't prepared for this, so I'm buying possum tomorrow. We'll see. Oh wow, James. Yeah, I get it. I haven't either, hunting stuff. I got a friend request from him, and so I texted him. I said, "Is this you?" And he goes, "Nope, scam." Oh wow, I literally just got the notification for Montana Wolf Trapper. That's funny. Literally at 10:03. Oh, I guess it's been an hour. All right, Mike. You guys be careful. And have a good trip, bud. Thank you. Yeah, James. So what she does too, that's actually what this one is the guy supplied the fur. And we did it. If you supply the fur, it's 125 for her to make a bear. And that includes the shipping back to you. So uh a lot better for people to go that route, in my opinion. Versus, the 225 to 250, depending on, what we use. But there you go, hunting stuff. No, there you go. There you go, Quentin. Yeah, and I'm in a spot where I hope I don't catch a cat until I want to. It's so funny how the state is so different, just a few counties away. Okay, James. Yeah, I don't know if she's ever done. I don't think she has done a coyote with fox. Because we normally do, like I've said before, the full body is normally one fur. She does the muzzle with an accent, as well as the ears in the foot pads. So foot pads, muzzle, and inside ears are normally a different fur. Uh, Two coyotes and a fox would definitely be enough. She could probably do it with one coyote if it's a good size one. But I always tell people to send two, and then we'll just send the other one back if we don't use it. Uh, Never tried the fox coyote one though. Yep, Jeff. That where I picked this one is going to Sioux Falls as well. That's what the yellow sticky note is. The person's tag on it. Um, I will actually show you yours. I think you've seen it, but Jeff, yours is the fox and otter. Yep. So it's a really good fox too. Little white butt. But yeah, she's pretty. I mean, you probably can't tell this, but I mean it's long. So nope, I got yours ready to go, Jeff. Yours and the other one, and I think she's got two more for nationals that I got to take with me. So James, oh yeah, she's done coyote and beaver. Coyote and beaver would look very similar to this, except not red, obviously, but kind of the you might have slightly longer guard hairs, but that's the otter actually. So, but it's very similar, and that's something we might even shear the beaver down too. If you did want to go with a beaver, and you don't need a big one, just a small one if you got one. Or if you do go with a big one, we'll take a little bit of the price off because we'll use the rest of the beaver for others. So, oh really, Chris? Okay, that surprises me. I would not think you'd have a lot of the muskrats in the mountainous country. Bearded, I'm really kind of wanting to try dyeing some of this fur and see what it looks like. Yeah, hunting stuff. She does. I mean, she finished up another one tonight, which was the one I just showed you. So she's had Jeff's done for a little while now, but Yeah, I mean, a tan red fox pelt. I mean, it is just so soft. Don't mind me just rubbing my dirty hands through this fur because I was mowing all day. Yeah, James. If you want to do that, bud, just let me know. Um, if you can, yeah, send me some pictures of what you got, and we'll get it figured out. Exactly, Ruger. Exactly. So she's trying to make bears like crazy right now for the convention. The only problem is like I kind of keep selling them for her before she can get inventory. She'll get like 10 or 12, and then I'll sell three, and then she'll make another one, and I'll sell two. And just kind of she's getting almost mad I'm selling them for her, and I was like, what? That's a good thing. Next gen, I don't know. I'm hearing mixed reviews, which you know where it's at. Uh, but they had almost as much flooding as we did here. So not here, but in Iowa. So I don't know, man. I got a lot of figuring out to do. So that's why if I do go up there early, I want to go ahead and extend my trip a day and check it out. But I don't know. I don't know if there was rats in some of those marshes. You know, I don't know how bad when they're flooding out looks like. Flooding in a marsh isn't nearly as bad as a creek or river, but it could still drown them out. So I don't know. Bearded, it's severely bad. Like I'll show you. Let me get the light turned down a little bit. Where we are actually the fur takers uh, convention for 2025 will be in Spencer, Iowa, Northwest Iowa, which is where a lot of this stuff is. Where they're having some serious flooding. No, I'm gonna go through. I'll have to get it through text message. Bear with me. Yeah, that was the Dairy Queen in Spencer, and it rose way higher than that. That was a car lot. I know it doesn't make out real good here, but had a good friend up there lose his house to it, so pretty crazy. Right, Quentin. But that's the problem. If the rats aren't there, I want to save this opportunity because I know it's going to be a one and done for me, more than likely. So if it can't happen this year, then I'm better off to save the getting forgiveness from my wife until later. So yeah, next gen, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, bearded. That went up. So that flood, it was already flooded, but then the water went up like another 10 feet in 6 hours or something like that. Like it's out of its banks, flooded, and then went up and then just buried half the town. Ruger, I've been digging a lot into them traps. Um, yeah, I'm learning a lot. There's some really cool stuff here. Matter of fact, I go pick up all my new house traps tomorrow. So, oh, cool, Quentin. That'd be awesome. Oh man, yeah, I'm sorry, cable guy. Yeah, that's tough. He was actually pretty lucky. I mean, it was terrible, but the water came up so fast that a lot of people couldn't even leave their homes. Like by the time they realized they needed to leave, it was too late. They couldn't even get their vehicles out of the driveway. They got picked up by boat on their deck. It was that bad. and he's got a real young one too. Him and his wife have like a, I don't know how old he is, year and a half maybe at the oldest. Otter cat, I truly appreciate that, and I need to hear that from time to time because all Ruger does is just be mean to me. Stickers. Well, after Monday, I'm losing the wings, so no, I haven't bearded. I was gonna ask you if you still wanting that before I dove into it, but I'll probably try to get that done the week beforehand. But I want to make it adjustable for you, um, so you can at least put it where you want it exactly. Uh, yeah, we'll get it figured out. I love my flushing setup, and I know next gen's got something pretty similar to it, and he obviously does really well with his. Yeah, bearded. I'll tell you what, having that I won't say it's flat, but like a 10 to 15-degree flushing beam, so much better than that 45. I mean, my back killed doing this, but as soon as I went to about this, oh, well, probably that, so much better. Yeah, Quentin. There were some money. There was some pretty good money. A guy from Iowa actually made them at first, and then he moved to Illinois, and that was around, was it 1913? He moved to Illinois and quit making them in 1915. Oh, I believe it, Chris. Yeah, hunting and stuff. Yeah, no kid. I'm surprised I'm awake. The only reason I am is because I had to load some stuff up. I still got to load fur up in the truck tomorrow. So yeah, yeah. Next gen. I think a lot of people it would help out a lot. I know a lot of guys that put up a lot of fur and they have back issues. And I don't know if just because of my work that I never had back issues, but it get a lot tender quicker than probably most people. Uh, and I mean, I couldn't do probably one coon on a 45-degree beam anymore. I would be miserable. But by flattening that sucker out, man, it's just, yeah, it's a game changer. Quentin, what I've realized is, and seriously, in my opinion, I'm not telling you what to do, and feel free to not do it, but you change that to a flatter setting beam and you find that right spot for it to hit you in the gut. I mean, it's got to be the right spot because if you hit it wrong, it hurts. You don't want it in your belly button per se, but like I like mine right below mine, I think. No, right above mine. Yeah, mine's right above mine, which I got plenty of cushion there anyway. But there's a couple spots you hit, it might be kind of tender, which partially is probably because I have a big hernia from my sternum all the way down to my belly button that I got to get fixed at one point. But I think that would be very helpful for you. Just my opinion. I appreciate it, Otter. Always do. Really, Flintlock. Good. I'm glad it worked for you, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh man, I'm ready to lose this hair. It's too hot. Quitting. I don't. I've never used one. Um, I take it back. I've used one, but never in a span long enough to really get a feel for it. Um, but I don't think I would like it. One, it's got a little bit more flex, I think, than what I like. I want to be able to hit that beam and just be solid on it. When that knife hits it, it's hitting it. And two, I think it would be able to get almost damaged easier. I could be completely wrong on that. Might be the opposite, but I think it'd be really easy to start nicking it more. I guess. Bearded, we're finally going to cool down a little bit, so hunting stuff. Ooh, ouch. Quentin, so in my opinion, what are you stretching your muskrats on, wood or wire? Chris, I don't have any special trick for skunk spray other than I try to avoid them spraying altogether. In my opinion on this, the way to not have a skunk spray, if it's in a dog proof, for example, you know, maybe you don't know. I use a 177 caliber air rifle, 1,200 feet per second for all my dispatches, and I put it right behind the front shoulder, just like I would for a deer or anything else. Generally, give it a few seconds and it just lays over and expires. If you shoot them in the head, they're going to spray and convulse every time, and it forces it out. So wire, okay, Quentin. Um, I really don't think you need a beam for muskrats, in my opinion. Get yourself one of those one-handed scrapers. They kind of got a cone on the top, so they look like this. Only where my wrist is sharp too. And you could literally put that down on a table, put it flat, and you can scrape it that way. Uh, or actually, because how I do it actually is I don't even put my muskrats on a beam. I put them over the top. The entire thing's on top of the beam, and I'll hold the top of the beam with the rat in my hand, and I just force it down. Then I flip it over and flip it down. Rats don't need much flushing. Always leave the red saddle on. That saddle's what kind of comes up under the chest and under the armpits. So right here, you're going to have that saddle. Up here, you have that fat glands. Clean out those fat glands, but leave that saddle on. Um, that saddle gives it weight and keeps the hair follicles from being ripped out. So, uh, yeah, get the fat, and you'll have some down by the skirt, down around the where you opened it up. But really, I know a lot of the old timers used to use a spoon. So, yeah, oh yeah, James, there you go. Yep, James said it right there. Yep. Oh, and otter cat. Yeah. Yeah, see, flintlock. Boy, now all these guys are like, that son of a called me an old timer. That's not what I meant, but I've never used a spoon, but yeah, it would work the exact same. Learn with this caribou. No, yeah, Quentin. Nothing against that by any means. But with muskrats, man, you literally there's when you get done with the muskrat, you're gonna have less than this gusher bag worth of fat off it. Like I said, literally the pockets under the arms, uh, down around the flanks, and that's pretty much it. Um, I might do a video on that this year. That one's pretty simple one to do. All right, bearded. We will see you in 4 weeks. When are you actually getting to Sioux Falls? I know since you're taking a trip out west there, are you not coming back until actual convention, or when are you going to be there for flushing muskrats, hunting and stuff? And I got a drink for you too. James, normally I'd agree with you, but our muskrat population here is so low. I will work far less with the effort of catching, flushing, and drying a raccoon than it probably would for me to find and then finish a muskrat. Oh, good, Quentin. Good. Yeah, James, exactly, exactly. You're probably one of your, you probably got more coyotes out there than muskrats too, don't you? Wait a minute, James. Shouldn't you be getting back to work? It's about that time, buddy. Bearded. As long as you don't snore and you don't mind my portable air conditioner unit running, that's all I ask. Oh, James, there it is. See, we're flooded out up here. I'll just come over your way. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, absolutely, Quentin. There's more than one way to finish a muskrat, by all means. So, hey, if you like it and you're doing well with it, man, stick with it. I'm not trying to tell you what to do by any means. Just, yeah, muskrats are one of the easier furs to finish. I think pretty much most everybody would agree with that because there's not a lot you got to take off them. You really are on break every time, man. James, I'm jealous. Bearded. Oh man, can't be any worse than Escanaba when I woke up the next morning, kind of rough shape, and I looked at the tent next to me, and the guy's entire lower extremities are hanging out of the tent. Oh man, good times. Good times. Yeah, Quentin, coon take time, bud. Raccoons take time. And now it's time to practice, really. Need some help keeping the camp awake. Yeah, next gen snores too, which I know I'm terrible at it also. Speaking of that, I need a new air mattress. I'm not sure that duct tape's gonna hold up this year, next gen. Yeah, Quentin, Fox are very minimal too. There's just a lot more surface area. Might not be acceptable. How comes that, Chris? Muskrats are fun though. Man, I love catching muskrats. That's why I'm hoping, which is kind of leaning towards now that's not going to happen, but I'm kind of hoping I can do my trip out of state for the first time ever trapping. So, but we'll see. That is so true. Next gen's tent just gone completely. Like they had to pull it off of the fence that it blew up to. I missed that whole thing because I was taking a shower with using toothpaste as shampoo. Man, that was a crazy night. That was a crazy night. All right, James, take care, buddy. Oh, town park. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, I can't do that one. I believe it. Yeah, skillets are hard. That would definitely do it. Oh man. Next gen, I seen the NTA's advertising. We have a limited amount of golf carts for rent, and my first thought was, no, don't tell me that. You got the added insurance? Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, that's crazy hunting stuff. Yeah, that's not good. Hey, keep that off here. That was a one-time deal. Oh man. Next gen, it's a good thing we didn't grow up together and I was 10 years younger because we'd get in a lot of trouble. Now I'm too old to get in a lot of trouble. Just enough to make it interesting. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be heading up there Tuesday. So take a trip a little farther up there and check some things out and we'll see. I'm not sure yet. Still got 4 weeks, and I probably won't know until the day of. My anniversary is on Wednesday though, so we have to do something pretty special the weekend before, I think. Hunting and stuff. That is awesome. I love that. You're a true friend right there. At 3 a.m., we will find. This bear's just so fluffy. She's got to make me one yet. All right, next gen. Maybe we can work something together on this then. Maybe we can carpool up there. Snare videos on using them, setting them, or making them. No, I have not, Flintlock. TS-85 Wolf Trap. Jeff, I can't help it, man. This thing is, my wife's always been very artistic. She's always, she's got 2 published books now. She's huge into drawing and art. And with this, you know, that's something that's actually, she sold some art and her book's done okay, but this is something that I think she can really, really grow with, and she loves doing it. So we'll see. All right, Quentin. Yeah, I might do a few demos and stuff with it, or videos this summer. Yeah, snares are a great tool, man. Snares. Um, I actually met a guy at work that was talking about snaring back in the day, and he goes, "Yeah, the only problem with snares is you catch every single thing that goes down that trail." And it's like you're not making them. You can make a snare very species specific if you want, based on the load, the height, the loop diameter. You can make them very creature specific. Yeah, yeah, they're a little tougher to skin, Chris. I get that. Hey, welcome in, bud. Hey, hunting stuff. Thanks for sharing them out. That they do, Dan. That they do. Welcome in, by the way. Yeah, I might do a few demos on them. Snares are not my strength by any means, but um, I know enough about them to really kind of hone down where you want them. The load is amazing. Loading snares just is the cat's meow. Like I make my snares for coyotes, um, and if I think it's a bobcat trail, I might lower it a little bit and change the diameter a little bit, and then I'll catch cats, and I might catch a very big coon coming through too. Um, I think the smallest coon I've snared in the last 5 years was probably 27, 28 pounds. Yeah, hunting stuff. Feel free to share whatever you want to, buddy. We're all one big happy family here, so I never have a problem with it. All right, Quentin, where are you catching them? Are you catching them? I'm just assuming kind of in the hips, down by the backside. Ruger. So there's a talk. These trapping classes that we got coming in Iowa. Um, they are looking at doing kind of a certification possibly for next year. I don't think it's a mandatory certification, but Jeff, I think it opens on Monday. I think it opens on Monday, but I think it's $40 a night for RV or electrical hookup, 25 for primitive. But I'm pretty sure I saw Monday at 8 a.m. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. You know, Dan, I know other guys that do, so I tried it and I did not like it. Okay, Quentin. So what you've got? Have you ever loaded a snare? You make the snare instead of a teardrop shape, you make it more rounded, more almost oval shape. Next gen. Oh man. Next gen, my craziest snare catch ever was a bobcat going from there's timber way down below. There was a pond in one tree and then the road. So road, the tree was probably 30 yards from the road. The pond was probably 60. The timber was probably 200. And I caught a bobcat on the other side of the road going to cornfield, nothing else. Crazy. Okay, Quentin. I'll be able to help you out to Iowa, but you basically you take that cable. Hell, and I can actually duplicate it right here with this paper. I think it'll do the same thing. So you got, your cable. It's got a natural bend to it. If you take something round and run it across it and put pressure on it, you'll naturally get that more of a curl. And it'll want to curl more and more. So basically what that is that curl you do right at the end where you have your lock. So when this is firm, when it wants to go, it's almost like there's tension on it. So as soon as they hit it, it slams shut, if that makes sense. Kind of hard to explain, really, but um, I think I got a video on snares on how to build them and load them. But man, that's huge. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, Beaver's a good one too. Okay, Jeff. If I get there Tuesday afternoon, then I'll reach out to you and I'll get you your beautiful red fox bear. Critter Getter, how we doing? We're just shooting the bull, talking a little bit about snaring, a little bit trapping, conventions, just kind of whatever. Yeah, Quentin. So, like, your snare will literally, instead of an oval shape, it will look more rounded or even oval. And where you always do that load will almost have a up bend, if that makes sense. Because this is so spring loaded, wanting to snap. If you're catching coons by the hip, I'm guessing you probably have your snare, what, 3 or 4 inches off the ground? I'm guessing. And what size cable was it? Do, 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 do. because yeah, if you're catching them that far back, um, so okay, 330 seconds. So with cable, this is what you got to think about. 330 going to be slower. The bigger the cable, the slower it is. There's nothing wrong with seconds. Many animals have been snared 330 seconds. Probably the most common. Me personally, I want 5/64 because and that load smacks quicker because it's just so much more pliable. Um, so I use 5/64, and if I'm snaring, if I'm going after a coon, I want that. If here's ground, I'm wanting that snare 6, 7 inches off the ground. I really am, and honestly, I do not want that loop much bigger than say a pie plate or smaller than a pie plate because I want them. I want a neck snare a coon. If I'm going to snare a coon, which me personally I don't want to, but if you were to, you want to neck snare them. A smaller loop, well loaded, right there at head level, and get them behind the head. You won't be docked nearly as much. I use 7x7. The 1x19, I tried it. My buddy loves it, so I bought some to try it. I did not like it. Yeah, Chris, bobcat is actually pretty good meat. Yeah, I feel like I'm watching it too. Yeah, I did. Never did hear anything else after the first contact. So yeah, I couldn't. And like, so for me, I want them tangled up. If I'm going after coyotes, I want them tangled up and I want them dead when I get there. That being said, you have to watch in the road ditches how far you are away from the fences. Um, but like I had that one spot where last year was a bust, but this year and the year before last year, I've taken like 7 coyotes and a bobcat on this one trail. Phenomenal trail. This year I put 3 snares on it. I caught 2 coyotes, and the third coyote got stolen. So yeah, critter getter, it'd be cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, Jeff, and that's I firmly believe everything has their place. Um, you know, if I want to catch that coyote trail, or catch the coyote on that real subtle trail, I just love hanging a snare in it. I do. I will probably never intentionally catch anything other than a coyote or a bobcat and a snare, but having that opportunity and just having that as another tool, I really like. SS, how we doing, bud? Oh, go ahead and put a short up. I'm pretty much a DP 220 guy. Um, I do run probably 30 snares every year. If I do my late season trip like I'm wanting to, down to a different part of Iowa, you're gonna see a lot more snares out of me. Especially if they got the coyote population they're talking and bobcat population. So yeah, critter getter, I'd agree with that. You just got to be careful with them. Flintlock, you got to close out and come back in. Yeah, critter getter. Snares are great, but they are a one and done situation for the most part. You're going to catch one, They're gonna blow out the trail and be done. Something I want to do is experiment with setting the snare with the, I have a kill pole here, but having a sliding wire to another kill pole system over here for them to wrap up on. Your bear is so pretty, Jeff. My wife had to make one with a pink nose for my daughter. She was obsessed with that. Yeah, I don't blame you, Quentin. Yeah, the power rams. Yep. But that's the thing for me is honest connection. I don't want to mess with one. The thing I love about snaring, which let's just say, if you catch a non-target, without that power ram, you can release them a lot easier. I've released three that were perfectly fine, and one of them actually jumped in my truck, wanted to go down the road with me. So they're very depends on how you set them. Very humane. Yeah, Dan, exactly, exactly. Something very similar to that kind of stuff. It does it to me too when I'm on other people's lives. Yep. Yeah, I get that. I get that. No, Jeff, it won't. It won't. It's just right here in front of me right now. But when it's not in front of me, I'll harass another one. Oh, glitching, that's cool. How far apart in the trail? Are you going like 5 feet away, or are you going 20 yards, meters? That's cool. Lengths would be cool. 8 foot? Okay, that makes sense. Hmm. Yeah. I love snaring, I really do. But you also have that potential to damage the fur pretty good. Flintlock wants a Wolverine. I think they're making them protected in a couple states now. Sounds like it's not going too well. I want to catch a bear. And now I officially have bear traps, so I want to catch one. Can't use them anywhere, but some at one point you could in France, but okay, so you short cable them. Yep. So that's like a lot of people want, like for us here, a 5 or an 8 foot snare. I think I make mine four. I want it as close to that pole, just enough cable to make the loop on the end. I don't want that loop. I mean, if here's the loop, the pole's right here. I mean, it is an inch away at most. Wow, hunting and stuff. Yeah, that's crazy. I thought Iowa was extreme. Yeah, yeah. Like I knew it was illegal here. Nice. That'd be cool, Dan. That would be cool. Well, fellas, I suppose I'm gonna wrap it up for the night. It's midnight. I still gotta load fur up to take to Sleepy Creek for tomorrow. I'm pulling out of here about 6 o'clock. So yeah, hunting stuff. That's terrible. Glitching, that would be cool. That would be cool. But yeah, everybody take care. Always appreciate you stopping in. Uh, No, Ruger, not picking fur up right now, but I should be picking some up probably in about a month, give or take. So, man, that's cool. That's cool. All right, you guys all take care. I'm gonna keep playing with Jeff's bear here. Sorry, Jeff. Yeah, I will see you in 4 weeks. Hopefully, we see a lot of you at nationals. Should be a good time there in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I will be there most of the week. It sounds like so. Appreciate everybody stopping in, and we will catch you next time. Take care, guys.